Then we'll move on to the next section of the agenda, and that's reports. And the first report is on the recognition of staff and students, and Mr. Principal Hay is here to sort of brief us on the homecoming week.
Fun was had by all.
Liked your picture.
I think we may all still be pictured. Yes.
Wow. I guess that was my Urkel moment. Would have been, did I do that? But, we had a fun time, and what's happening is the student council is going to meet this week. One of their tasks is to come up with a few questions that we will use to conduct a survey of students and staff, and then if we want to go beyond that, we certainly can. But to get feedback, the informal feedback that we've gotten has been overwhelmingly positive. There's always a few tweaks. There's some improvements that can be made for the dance, for example, and we'll document those so that we're ready for next year. But what I wanted to do at this point in time is thank some of the people that were instrumental in making Homecoming 2012 a success. So first and foremost, our student council advisors, Amy Ritter and Micah Juliet, put together the entire week of events, worked hand in hand with all of the various other advisors and all of the student groups to pull everything together. Beth Brummett, who's the cheerleading coach, put on the dance. Alyssa Weaver, who not only does senior class, but does all of the homecoming court throughout the week. And then the other class advisors, Tammy Dvorak, who you're going to hear from in a little bit, junior class. Sienna Christian, sophomore class. Amanda Trumbauer, freshman class. Our lunch competitions, it wouldn't happen without Matt Ziba and Tanya Genevico. And we had the main event during the pep rally was, of course, the seniors versus the staff volleyball game. Seniors think that they won, but we think we need the real refs, not the replacement refs. Tom Kern and all of his help in organizing, Chris Tubbs and Angie Pluger with the band and the choir respectively. And then our MC, who was new this year for the pep rally on Friday, Scott Konzemius, who, if you didn't know it, you would think he'd been doing this for 20 years. Just a fantastic excitement throughout the week. Hopefully you felt that too on Friday. The sense that I had and that we got from everybody was that we were riding that high that was what was intended when we rearranged the schedule. So again, we'll get some feedback. We'll make some tweaks again for the future. I don't know what those will be at this point, but we want to review before it slips out of our minds while it's fresh and get ready for next year. So we'll come back with a formal report next month.
I have to thank the students for bringing the floats through the Care Center parking lot. That just extends the homecoming week to the elders in the community.
Sure.
There was a lot of talk then after that about their days in school. So thank you very much.
Nostalgic moments, yeah, you bet.
I wish there could have been a few more floats that you would have seen. I know the show choir float, as soon as they pulled it out of the fair building, the wind got hold of it and just ripped it apart. I mean, it was, I don't know if you recall, but that day it was just windier than heck.
Yeah, if we had a way to control the weather.
But I embedded some pictures of the floats so that you could see them. And I also...
And all of the floats are on Facebook too from the poll. And last year that was done as sort of a first time. The students said, hey, why don't we do Facebook voting? This year we quadrupled the number of voters, so participants, and the views were in the over 1,000 views of those photos online. So quite a bit of engagement through the Facebook too.
On even the homecoming or the bulletin at the football game, there was, what do they call these things? I should know what it's called. But you could use your smartphone on this, and then it would bring up the floats to vote on.
Yeah. You just scan that and it takes you right to the high school Facebook page where you can like the Facebook page and vote in the poll. So
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I did embed a picture of Miss Ritter because I thought it was important for you to see. I mean, she was you can't see in this picture, but as student council advisor, I don't think you think about changing the balls on the back of trucks, using great big wrenches, and she was down on her knees and putting all the, her weight into it, and there's just so many things that
And then
are asked of
from
them.
that to the order of the parade to
Yeah.
making sure that everything, from when we walked in the gym for the pep rally, all the lights were down except for one, the music was pumping, the cheerleaders and the pom squad were out there, and all of the little details throughout the week are what make it so special for all of us to get to experience it. So we're very thankful to all the student leaders and to all of the advisors.
And even though the seniors did not win Powder Puff football, I believe they won the full cup.
They did by a lot.
Yes.
Yes. And they also beat the staff at the volleyball game.
Okay.
We're done talking about that.
All right.
So, thank you.
Thank you very much.